Do you think there's a lot of con artists in the niche? Guys selling courses, Mickey Mouse courses, literally like you said, just trying to make money off people. What are your opinions on the young foreigners coming in to Thailand and selling the dream of relocating to Thailand and acting as experts when they've only been in the country like a month? What's the story, everybody? Pete here from Thairish Times. Hope you're doing well out there. So, within the last 2 years, and definitely post COVID, there's lots of new videos online on YouTube and TikTok pushing the narrative of quit your 9 to 5, move to Thailand, and all your problems will disappear and you'll live a much better life. But when you dig down deeper into it, the argument would be that these YouTubers and content creators are creating this misleading content, telling viewers what they want to hear, because these YouTubers are in it for financial gain. They want to make money off people's desire to move to Thailand. These content creators are, they're selling courses, they've got ebooks, they're building businesses around this type of content. So they're in to gain financially from pushing that narrative. And in this video, we're going to talk to Logan about this topic today. Logan, he is living in Thailand. He's been in Thailand many years. He works for a Japanese corporation. I've already interviewed him about his life in Thailand. I'll leave a link to that video down below. But in this video, we're going to talk about the, this type of new wave of quit your 9 to 5 and move to Thailand. So that's going to be the video for today. Hope you enjoy it. Let's get straight into it. I'm interested to hear your opinions and your comments as well, because you're the ones that are watching these videos, or you're watching YouTube right now. So your say is important as well. So put your opinions and your comments down below in the comment section. I'd like to read them as well. Cheers. Let's get into the video. So okay. Look, right, you have a YouTube channel. We'll get into that in the video. But I've been watching your content and I find it quite interesting. You speak very well. You've got interesting opinions, and you made a video there and about maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. And in that video, it was all about YouTubers in Thailand and the Thailand scene. Okay, and I just want to read a bit from that. So you said, YouTubers in Thailand put out BS content telling people what they want to hear to monetize off people's fantasy of relocating to Thailand and escaping their lives back home by essentially using clickbait titles such as budget reviews, condo prices, visa info, girlfriend advice, scam warnings. Okay, and I thought that's an interesting topic to talk about. So can you just elaborate more on that and tell us why you feel that way?
Well, if you're only making videos to appeal to the Thai expat market, so I think a good example of a YouTuber like that, not necessarily on purpose, is Bangkok Pat. Thai expats love his content. It's very interesting. It's intriguing, but it's not salacious. When I say salacious, I mean it's not going to get people going, oh my God, I'm going to quit my job and move to Thailand. Oh my God, I'm going to move to Thailand and find the sexiest wife in the world. Oh my God, I'm going to move to Thailand and live the best life that, you can imagine. So a lot of YouTubers understand that if you want to appeal to people, you've got to appeal to the tourist market, or the people that come here regularly and are trying to live voyeuristically through the YouTubers. So in order to do that and stand out from the crowd, you need to produce content that is at times going to be clickbaity. It's going to be, not particularly accurate based on the circumstances of what's going on in the country right now. The idea that Thailand's cheap, I guess, compared to the West, but when you're looking at the idea of living in a $300 condo per month, okay, yeah, the $300 condo sounds great, but what about all the other aspects of life that you need to consider moving forward?
It seems to be never ending as well. There always seems to be a new wave of people coming in making the same content. Exactly like you said, condo prices. Yeah. You can live here for $300 a month. But then again, look, the way I see it is, it's this vicious circle, okay? Because YouTubers make these videos because there's interest in them. They want to monetize, they want to make money off it. There's views in it, so that means people are interested in it. So it becomes this vicious circle. I'm making the videos because people are interested in it, they're watching. So it becomes a vicious circle. And like you said in that video, YouTube is a financially incentivized tool for creators, not a charity app. And from my own experience making videos, I mean, this video now, realistically, it's going to take 8 hours. You know, I've researched the questions before we've done the interview. I've watched your content, made notes on it. Then we're doing this interview, probably going to roll this for an hour. Then I'm going to edit it for, another hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. Then I'm going to film the intro. I'm going to script that intro for it. Then I'm going to upload it. Then I have to do all the details, all the tags. Then I'm going to reply to comments. You're looking at 8 hours work. And then I move on to the next video before. So per week, it's 10 to 15 hours. I mean, am I doing that for free? Does anyone work 10 to 15 hours for free? No, you want to see a bit of money out of it. So then that's the dilemma. You want to make videos that interest people, but that maybe might not be what you're interested in, but it becomes a vicious cycle.
Absolutely. And I think one of the things is that people aren't putting it out there. I'm here because I'm trying to make money off YouTube. Um, Obviously, I know some YouTubers who share their income stream that they're earning through YouTube, but it's not like they start every video saying, "Hey, I'm making this video just so that I can make money off you watching me." So a lot of people watching it, they develop that, like I have some type of relationship with this person who comes into my home every week or twice a week and shares their life, their story with me, but they're not your friends. They're there to make money off you, and they're going to try and find ways to incentivize you and monetize you as much as possible to continue watching and send them money.
Do you think there's a lot of con artists in the niche, guys selling courses, Mickey Mouse courses, literally like you said, just trying to make money off people?
The course bras, they're yeah, they're a pain in the ass as far as I'm concerned. I don't understand how people are still falling for that bullshit. Um, Especially when it's been done. I, I thought it hit its peak like around COVID, like probably 1 year into COVID. But I think that because the cost of living in the West has increased so dramatically since COVID, that there's a lot of people who are now moving into the I'll take anything that I can get to try and get out, any avenue, any opportunity that I think is going to get me out. So there's a lot more people who are able to be scammed nowadays than there was before, just because the West is a sinking ship as far as I'm concerned. I mean, it's easy for me to say that here, but I don't know how anyone under 40 is managing to get ahead in life.
Hard work, not easy.
Yeah.
You just have to put your head down and push through. But anyway, what are your opinions on the young foreigners coming in to Thailand and, like you said, selling the dream of relocating to Thailand and acting as experts when they've only been in the country like a month?
When somebody says, I've moved to Thailand, I moved here 2 weeks ago. I moved to Thailand, I moved here 3 months ago. If you can pack up your bags and leave the country within 3 days, you haven't moved anywhere. You're just a long-term tourist. So these people selling the idea that they've actually moved here, until you've planted roots into the country, you haven't moved anywhere. I mean, I made that video a while back about how many people actually stay here, and I think it was something like 90% of people leave within the first year. So yeah, this whole concept of people moving here before they've even been here for 12 months is ludicrous.
Back onto the Thailand kind of YouTube stuff as well. People saying that using the term the real Thailand. I've used in a lot of videos. So you have an email to me. The term the real Thailand is only used as a weird bragging statement to say there's not a lot of foreigners where I am.
I mean, have you ever heard somebody say I'm at the real Thailand when they're on Patong Beach? Why is that not the real Thailand compared to, some tiny village up in Isan? I mean, Thais live there. They work there. They play there. They have fun there. They holiday there. Why is that not the real Thailand? It's always a foreigner saying it when they're not around other foreigners, acting like it's definitely a bragging statement to say there's not many tourists around here.
Yeah, look how I'm doing it. I'm doing it different to everybody else.
Yeah. And it's like, but is it fun? I copped a little bit of flack for one of my videos where I was talking about this particular topic, and I was saying that, you know, I don't like going to my wife's village. So my wife's from Sakao, which is kind of, it's basically directly east towards the Cambodian border, and but it's still got that kind of Isan life to it, where you know, the showers with the bucket. Every person you meet is an alcoholic. The place is just hot everywhere. Nobody has air conditioning. The food is smells awful most of the time. It's spicy as. Now I know what I'm saying here is going to be getting a lot of people there, you know, the knickers in a knot, but when I come to Thailand, I appreciate the amenities, and I'm sure a hell of a lot of Thais appreciate amenities. And if you gave 10 million baht to a person living in a small, tiny rural village in Isan, they wouldn't live the same lifestyle. They would build a new, beautiful house, modern, decked out with the BMW or Mercedes in the carport or garage. They don't want to live like that. They have to live like that because of the, you know, socioeconomic aspects. There's no industry out there. So yeah, the idea of saying that that's the real Thailand, it's like they don't have a choice. That's their life. It's saying that it's not the real Thailand to somebody who's living like a yuppie in Bangkok. That's not, that's, so they're not a real Thai. I don't get it.
The real Thailand is as soon as you step foot off the plane, you're in the real Thailand then.
Yeah,
The whole country.
everywhere's Thailand. Yeah, it's a huge country. It's a diverse country. It's so weird when you hear people complaining about they're not doing Thailand right. I mean, I'm sure that you had comments if when you mentioned things about your lifestyle and how you live in Thailand, you would have had viewers saying that, oh, you know, you're doing that wrong. You should do it this way. It's like there's a huge difference between a 70-year-old man living in rural Isan and a 25-year-old man living in central Bangkok. It's a completely different world. The person living in central Bangkok is going to have more in common with someone living in Tokyo or Singapore than they are in the rural Isan. So the idea of people, you know, saying like there's a specific structure of how you have to live in Thailand and everybody should do it the same way is crazy when it's just so diverse.
Okay, okay. Good to know then there's opportunities then for people. Let's go back onto the YouTube scene a little bit because
Yeah.
you said in the email to me, and I thought this was interesting the way you put this, the Keisification of YouTube. So you have Keis One, for anyone who doesn't know, an Aussie guy like yourself. He's been on the making videos in the Thailand scene for I'd say maybe 4 or 5 years. And he has a format which was unique to him, but we'll get into that in a second, where it's kind of like B-roll, commentary, B-roll. And, you know, that's his format and it works for him. But there has been copycats. Have you noticed a couple of people popping up that like are copying his style?
Just a couple. Yeah, it was new, it was creative, it was exciting when he first came out with it. And yeah, I know there's that kind of definition of pop music, which is verse, chorus, verse. And that's he creates pop YouTube, B-roll, commentary, B-roll. And that's not a bad thing. A good pop song is a good song. And so yeah, I have a lot of respect for what he has done. But the copycat is kind of, it's like, you know, just when somebody comes out with a good style that is new, modern, fresh, unique, and then everybody copies it. So we've seen a lot of people come out and do the exact same thing with him. And some of their videos, the copycats, I went through them, and the video might go for, say, 10 minutes. And I went through it and I cut out all the B-roll. I just had to see how much do they talk in these videos. And out of a 10-minute video, most of them were only talking for around about 2.5 minutes. And what they were doing is they were not saying anything at all. What it would be is like they'd have a kind of clickbaity title, and then they would, you know, come up and say what the subject was about to the camera, cut to B-roll, and then they would extend it a little bit more. So if they were going to say something along the lines of visas are changing in Thailand, you're going to be able to get access to Thailand. That was the subject of the video. So first thing they do is come up to the camera and say, you won't believe the new visa that's coming into Thailand. Cut to B-roll for around about 30 seconds. And then cut back to them, commentary. So I've got to tell you about the new visa that's coming into Thailand. Cut to B-roll. And it would just go like this. And then you would find that all they've done is basically take a headline from a news article by, like Pattaya News or something like that, taken like one sentence that has some information that's just like the headline title, but they've extended it out to an entire video, which doesn't really explain anything. Now, I'm not saying Keys does that. I think he goes into more detail. He actually interviews people and stuff like that and tries to go into it. But the copycats, yeah, that's the reason I think a lot of them have never achieved anywhere near the success that he has.
But if people are watching these videos and maybe they're not that interested in deep level content, maybe they want the B-roll, they want the music, they want to experience a bit of Thailand for the 8-10 minutes it is, and they just click on it, and they don't want some guy really deep diving into how visas work or whatever.
Taylor Swift's the most popular musician on the planet. People love crap.
Yeah, it's something that I could never do, because I mean that's why I have half an hour, 40-minute, 90-minute videos, because I love the deep dive. I like to get down into the question because I want to know the answers. I'm a why person, so I couldn't really make 10-minute videos doing it that way. But look, if it's working for them, it's working for them.
But it's not working for them. That's like Keys one understood how to do it successfully, but his copycat clones haven't been able to do it. So that's the major difference. You've seen them fall off. There was a period there where there was like 5 to 10 copycats coming out a week, basically stealing his style. It's, like there's nothing like the original is basically it. So he knew what he was doing and he understood it. But when you're trying to copy a formula, yeah, everybody knows it's fake.
How do you feel about the trolls in the Thailand niche? Do you think there's a lot of trolling comments compared to say other niches, or people arguing with each other?
Not really. I mean, I've heard that like expats in every country have kind of the same thing. It turns into a kind of pissing contest about, who's integrating the most into the country, or who knows the language the best, or who has the best life in the country. Excuse me. So there's it's common throughout the world. I've noticed that there's channels out there where they're constantly banning people or blocking people on their channel. I've never blocked anybody on my channel before. I don't. I guess I'm lucky in that regards, but dealing with criticism is an interesting aspect to YouTube, and the way that you've got to handle it effectively. And the only real way to handle it effectively is to either ignore it or take the piss out of yourself, because no one's perfect.
Don't take yourself too seriously.
No, we all have faults and frailties and stuff like that, and just accept it and live with it. I think I made a video with Adam Parker.
Yeah, I know Adam. Yeah, nice guy.
Yeah. Oh, amazing guy. And I was reading through one of the comments, and someone said, I didn't know Beavis had moved to Thailand. It's like, I never actually thought about that before. Yeah, I do have some semblance to Beavis.
I know some of the comments they can be brutal, but they can be very funny as well. You're like that, you know what? That's a terrible comment to say, but like, oh, it's funny. You got me there. That's a funny comment.
I don't think it's terrible. I mean, it's always interesting to hear about these different aspects that you've never heard about yourself before. And when someone hits it like that you've never thought about, I find it intriguing to grasp that aspect and just go, wow, I've never looked at it in that angle before. So when people, should we name names, People who can't handle
If you want to name
criticism.
names, name the names.
Hmm. Yeah.
Oh, should I? Should I or shouldn't I?
Yeah.
Are you going to name names
Um,
of trolls or name names of other YouTubers or what?
I don't know. I don't know any trolls. I've never dealt with a troll.
Okay.
Yeah, but
But
in
you will.
regards
I
to
mean, that's part of
YouTubers,
YouTube. You have to be able to deal with them.
I don't think I'll see any progress. So I'm okay with that. I think my channel will only sit like pre 5K subs. So
Nah, man,
I'm
you're
okay with
no,
that.
don't sell yourself short. Come on. We'll get into that now in a second. But before we do, we'll move it on. Alpha Omega occasionally. If anyone doesn't know, another Irish guy from Dublin. I think he's 60 years old, and he has what is called he calls himself a rant channel where he goes on rants about everything from daily life, from buying a beer in the 7-Eleven to his latest one was the kind of anti-British, basically saying the British. What was the title of it? The British are the same as the Thais or something.
The British are as bad as the
As bad
Thais.
as the Thais. So he comes in heavy with these heavy titles and uh, seems to be trying to. I don't know. He's generating a lot of trying to get a lot of people talking. But anyway, you kind of think he's kind of a lonely guy, and he makes these videos. He's ranting because of the fact that he is lonely and he doesn't really have anyone to talk to.
And I think it's synonymous with a lot of long-term expats in Thailand. I don't believe that having conversations with Thai people, like maybe your partner or your wife, etc., are that invigorating compared to what we're used to with our friends growing up. You're not going to just jump from one subject to another. You don't have the historical background of, you know, growing up with all these different pieces of entertainment and art and current affairs, like just historical incidents and acts that have taken place over our entire lives. You don't share those things with Thai people. And in order to be able to meet new people in Thailand, a lot of the time you'll come here at an age where you're like, I've already developed those relationships. I spent a long time developing those relationships back in my own country. Could have taken 10, 20, 30 years to develop those relationships to find out who I trust, who's my best friends, who I absolutely love, and will do anything to protect and take care of. Then you come here, you're not going to spend the time doing it. You just don't have the time or the patience to start over again with those relationships. So a lot of people that are long-term expats, they don't have those core friendship bases, and they find themselves going down kind of the YouTube rabbit hole for Thai YouTube and watching all these other YouTubers. And it's interesting because they're not doing it out of spite or envy or anything like that. It's kind of like it's a community, but there's no way for everybody just to get together and have a chat. But everybody seems to know all the other channels. They know what they're doing, what's going on in their life. It's really interesting. If you put probably 5,000 expats into a room, they would be able to converse for like ages about the other YouTubers and what's been going on in their lives because they're all watching them.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like you said, it's a solo adventure really, and then every so often when you do meet subscribers and you meet people that are watching your content, it feels like when they talk to you, and it's cool. I love meeting new subscribers and Alpha Omega. Occasionally, if you are watching, I would like to do the interview. I know you passed up the last time, but we'd like to. I'd like to get you on here in Thairish times. Hopefully now he'll come on. I don't think he'll come on, but we'll try. Anyway, we'll move it on. So, all right, let's talk about your channel because I watched a couple of your videos last night, and the one I thought was fantastic was the one that you kind of had a train spotting the movie, the train spotting the movie theme, and it was all basically about Pattaya and his guy that goes there, and it starts off as the dream, and then well, you fill it in, you tell the story of that video because I thought it was fantastic, and tell us how you made it and then what it's about.
It started about I wrote I wrote a YouTube script, and it was called The Thai Epiphany. And it's basically about when you come over to Thailand and you love absolutely everything about the country. Everything is perfect. Everything is great. Everything is amazing. The people are so amazing. Oh my God, this is, like, why haven't I moved here sooner? And then the Thai epiphany hits where you realize, wait a minute, I don't know anything about the country. I don't have any friends here that are, like actual Thai people. The only thing that matters is I'm spending money, and that they're being polite because I'm spending money, and appreciative of me spending money. And you kind of have two avenues when you hit that point where you can say, like, okay, well, I'm going to actually try and treat this country with respect and learn about the country, learn about the culture, learn about the people, actually try and make real deep connections here. Or you can just blame the country for all the negative aspects that you're receiving on the back end, and just keep trying to take as much as you can from the country with how much money that you have. And I went down the second path with that video, where I was like, okay, so what will happen to somebody who chose that path and just let all their vices consume them, and just, yeah, go as far as they can. And I think a lot of people related to that video because it does have that sliding doors aspect to it. I feel like every expat has gone through that moment in time here where they've like, I could have gone down that path and turned into a terrible person, but they've taken the other path, or they have taken that path and they're either not with us anymore, or they've had to go home.
Best of luck to you, man. And like you said, let's do something again down the line. Let's not leave it for a year. How about we put it in the comment section for anyone if they want to see future videos. So we've interviewed you about your life in Thailand now, and why you moved there. Now we've done a kind of a conversation about the Thailand YouTube niche, and then we spoke a little bit about Thai culture, and we spoke about your channel. So I'm sure there's other topics we could bring up down the line. Let's put it in the comment section. Anyone wants to see any more stuff with Logan, put it down there.
No one.
No, man, sure. You're a good talker. Like, best of luck anyway, and I'll be watching your channel.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate your time, Pete. Yeah, it's always a pleasure.